right now for a beautiful wind chime. This truly is like an instrument for your home. It's J.W. Stannard's hand-tuned 33-inch scroll wind chime, 5 bells, pre-season price here of $16.84. You've got an easy payment of $337 here as well. I'm already feeling like I'm entering a different level of chill.
Yes.
This is Rachel Pavis.
It's like spa.
The power of beautiful music. This isn't like the wind chimes, like where they're kind of tinny and fine. This is an elevated, beautiful experience.
It really is. This is brought to us by J.W. Stannard, and I love J.W. Stannard because all they do is they make wind chimes. So they really are the experts out there in the industry. They do so many wonderful things to really make them special. For instance, everything is done by hand. So each one of the bells is hand-tuned, meaning that it's actually created specifically to make a particular note. And there are 5 bells that actually make that beautiful sound. And the harmony of them all together is so lovely.
It's so beautiful. And you'll see here nice and close to that scroll design. We have this available in the copper choice. Now, when you see some video in a second, you might see some other colorways. This is what we have available for you to shop from right now. The QVC price is $23.50. I still think that's an amazing value because I know good and well,
Yes.
if I went to a finer garden boutique, what something of this quality might cost. And that's why I'm excited that we can present it today at this pre-season price, because it is like finer than anything that we even knew wind chimes could be. This is that fine.
It's really true. And I love that what they've done is they've actually put a screening over top of each one of the bells that create this beautiful design. So not only does it sound amazing and beautiful, but it looks beautiful as well.
So what about this one do you think is special compared to the other ones? You were talking about how hand-tuned.
Yes, well, so from top to bottom,
What else?
I love that they use something called diamond line. That's what they use to actually to tether satellites. That's what they use.
So this
in
isn't like
space.
regular string.
It's not just regular string, so it's going to hold up really well, so you can leave this out in the elements for you. Then on each of the wood pieces, they use 3 coats of marine varnish to make sure that it's really extra protected from the weather and the elements. You can leave it outside. And we were talking a little bit before how they kind of had this neat patented design where you can actually mute your wind chimes if it's not too windy. You can actually, there's a little magnetic spot up here where the clapper can go, and then you can mute it so you aren't hearing all of the noise from the bells if you'd like. But if you release that clapper and you let it come down, you'll hear it. It makes
Do you mind if we're quiet for just a second? Because I want you at home, hopefully you can appreciate how full and beautiful this sound is. It's like going to church.
It is. It's like hearing church bells off in the distance. It's so pretty, and you'll see at the bottom here, this is also has that 3 coats of the marine varnish, and that's kind of your wind catcher, and that's what's going to help make the sound is when that sways in the breeze, which we don't have here in the studio, but that's what's going to make that sound, the actual magic of the musical instrument of each one of those bells.
The first time I saw a wind chime from J.W. Stannard, my belief is it was more than 70 inches.
Yes.
It was a very dramatic, large piece, and I loved the idea of it, but I also wondered if it was a little bit limiting and where I might be able to put something so large.
That's right.
I feel like at this size, at 33 inches, more of us would be able to bring this home and find a place to put it.
That's really true. I mean, you can actually hang this from the eaves of an overhang of your porch. You can even hang it from a shepherd's hook in your garden, or you could maybe put a little spot on a tree. You get all of the hardware, and it completely comes fully assembled. So you'll see there's a little S hook. I'm just going to unhook it here so you can see. There's your S hook that you're getting. That's included too. That's how you're going to hang it. And all fully assembled. There's nothing you need to do but to find your proper spot and hang it.
And let it go to town.
Yes, so pretty.
Isn't that nice? This is the sign that spring is near. I think we're now just inside of 30 days before the start of the season.
So exciting.
And there are many things that I always look at when I go to garden centers, and I get really inspired by plants and different, like the colors and the textures. But I also acknowledge that there are things that I overlook that truly round out that space, and sound is one of them. You could do water features. That's one way to add sound. Obviously, bringing in attractions for birds can kind of bring in a layer of sound. But why not do this? Because now you're adding an extra layer just with one installation.
Yes.
And it's this beautiful. It gives us a lot.
It is so beautiful, and I love that you can see that each one of the bells is a different length, and that's how they tune them, is they cut them to the different lengths, and then there are 5 bells. Each one has a different note that it plays, and then when it kind of hits against that clapper, then it makes that beautiful melody that you're hearing.
It's like when you're a kid and you would fill up glasses and kind of with the spoon on the side of
Yes,
the glass.
that's right.
Maybe a little bit different because
Not
truly
quite as
professional musicians created these.
That's
Like,
exactly
that's the beauty
right.
of it. It's not that, you know, Rachel says, oh, well, it's kind of like an instrument. With JW Stannard, it truly is musicians that are creating these wind chimes.
That's exactly right.
And tuning yours just like they would tune them for their own family.
And you can see there's little grommets on each one where the diamond line attaches to each one of the bells, and that helps to preserve that sound so that when they're making these, they know that the sound is going to be exactly how they've tuned it to be, which is in perfect harmony. It's beautiful.
You said something a second ago that I don't want to let it go. And that is when it arrives, I take it out of the box.
You take
and
it out
then
of the box.
What should I do, Rachel, for assembly?
You are going to want to hang it, and that's all you need to do. There is
done.
no assembly.
Already done,
Right.
which would be difficult if there was so much precision that went into the design and kind of the different layers and the lengths. Could you imagine trying to read that guide and then get it all done right? It's done for you, so you just put it out. And you're adding, imagine if that is your patio, that you're just hanging this from a hook on a post, or you just put a little screw in a, top of a soffit or something, and then it's just there so that when you go out to read the paper in the morning or have coffee, or like you and the pets are out just enjoying a beautiful morning, that this is your soundtrack now.
It really
to
is.
those moments.
And I have mine out. I leave them out year round. I do have a larger set, but I can hear them inside my home too.
Oh, pretty.
Mine are hanging from my front porch, so if I sit in my front living room, if the windows are open, I can hear it throughout the whole house. I can even hear it up in my bedroom, and it's so pretty and soothing.
And you don't worry about the finish somehow diminishing because it's outside year-round?
No, I actually have never brought mine in. I've had them for several years, and I love listening to them. They sound absolutely beautiful. And I even leave them out in a heavy windstorm. You probably should bring them in if you know it's going to be really crazy, but I haven't taken mine down.
Wow, it's beautiful, isn't it? And it's at a great preseason price right now of $16.84. That is not normal for the quality of what you're getting
It's
here.
really
I would just
true.
Say, like, I can only imagine if I went into, and I'm not going to name some of the stores, but just walking into them, where I love the selection of what they have, and I get so inspired. But you've got to pick and choose because those pieces can be so pricey. It's like, gosh, I can't get everything I want today.
That's really
Put a
true.
wish list together. We're talking about that kind of quality at a much lower price, $3.37 on Easy Pay. So please think about you, but I also always think about my mom and her space. And
Mother's Day is coming up. I actually did give my mom, I gave her the larger ones for Mother's Day a few years ago. She brings them in the wintertime, and I keep telling her, Mom, you can leave them out, it's okay. But she's going to have them for a very long time to come because she's taking very good care of them.
And we could ship it straight to Mom. I know it's a little bit early right now, but bill to, ship to, if that's what you're looking ahead to May. It's usually around May 12th.
Yes,
I don't know what
that's
Mother's
right.
Day is right
I
now.
don't know, but
I know because Mother's Day and my wedding
oh,
were
lovely.
the same weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank
Rachel.
you.
It's
Wonderful to see you, Mary.
Great to see you and great to have you in this show. One of the biggest trends in gardening is faux, and really good faux. Not like it's faux. I hope you don't come in close and look at it.